Today I want to make a recipe that's near and dear to my heart. It's something that I eat every day of my life. It's something that's made a huge change for me personally in my health and well-being. I've experimented with vegetarian and vegan living ever since I was 9 years old, and that was 30 years ago. So I know a little bit about what it feels like to be vegan and vegetarian. When I started to study nutrition, I realized the more greens and vegetables that I ate were going to be better and better for my health. Every book from the China study to conscious eating, clarifies this clinically, that eating vegetables and plant-based nutrition is an excellent way to live. It wasn't until I attended the Life Transformation Program at the Hippocrates Health Institute that I felt completely satisfied. And one of the biggest things that was different about the Hippocrates lifestyle and the way of eating at the Institute was that they ate primarily sprouted foods. Now, logically, this makes sense. When you eat foods that have been sprouted, you've brought back their life force, and come to find out through some research that I did and through lectures that I attended there, I learned that sprouts are 40 to 60% more nutritious than any organic fruit or vegetable. That's pretty extraordinary. And it really clarified for me why I felt so satisfied, why I didn't feel hungry all the time while eating vegetables. So this was a huge breakthrough for me, and one that I hold, as I said, near and dear to my heart. So this is a salad that I wanted to share with you today because you can find these ingredients at your grocery store. Even better, you can grow them in your own kitchen. It costs pennies on the dollar to grow them in your own kitchen. And if you eat salads, as we all know, it has the opportunity to allow you to decrease weight. Now, the number one issue for women usually is aging and weight. And I have to say that this salad has the opportunity to really deal with both of those things. It helps you to maintain and lose weight, and it also helps you to stay young because it keeps your skin really beautiful. Not only that, but it actually keeps you full, which is amazing because I'm busy. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a single mom, I am an athlete, so I need to know that when I eat something, it's going to sustain me for many, many hours. So for the salad base, one of my favorite sprouts are sunflower seed sprouts. These are packed full of protein, and they hold up well. They're easy to grow, somewhat easy to grow. They're not the easiest sprout to grow, but we'll get into that another time. My favorite way to make these edible is actually to chop them, because let's face it, if you try to eat this salad like this, you're gonna get salad all over your face, and it's gonna make a big mess. So my trick is to use scissors. Now, I'm not a trained chef, so any chef is going to think this is abominable because I should be using a proper knife and so on and so forth. But actually, this is all about fast and easy solutions, because it's my goal to share with you how incredible and fast and easy this is. So this is a fast and easy solution. I actually cut my salad with scissors. You can use a knife and fork, of course. That's much more, what's the way to say it, civilized. But this works, and look how small it's gotten, actually. That makes it much more manageable to eat with a fork. And then these are pea shoot sprouts. You can find pea shoot sprouts pretty much in any grocery store, and they're incredibly high in fiber and incredibly high in protein. They're made from peas. And you sprout the peas, you plant them in soil, and then they come into their sprouted form, and that's the most nutrient-dense time of the plant, actually, is right when it sprouts, those young baby sprouts. What I'm also going to put into the salad are lentil sprouts. These are packed full of protein. If you don't have time to make the salad, you can just put these in a little to-go container and you can snack on them. They're delicious, they satisfy hunger, and they're incredibly, incredibly good for you. These are sprouted brown lentils. I really like to do also the sprouted green lentils. And they're super easy to do at home and very inexpensive. Another sprout that I really love are mung bean sprouts. These actually have a tremendous amount of protein, are highly digestible form of vegan protein, and have been used in centuries in nourishing traditions throughout Asia. Also cooked, but raw here, they're highly digestible forms of protein. So the last sprout that I've chosen for the salad today is a sprout that's lesser known in the Western world, and this is called fenugreek. Fenugreek seeds are exceptionally easy to sprout in your own kitchen. They're a little bit more challenging to find in the marketplace, and they're very durable. You can squash these seeds, pound on them, run them over with a train. They are practically indestructible. They're a plant that adapts to many different environments as well. Grown into a sprout, they actually use these in India. It's called methi, and they use them in dishes. It's very common. But what I find so helpful about these is that through the years of ear infections as a child and having a rare bone infection as a child, intravenous antibiotics, other antibiotics for the acne problems that I had some major problems with my large intestine. So this seed has been known to help soothe the inner wall of the large intestine, and it facilitates digestion, and even more importantly, it stabilizes blood sugar. So in a way, it's helping you to lose weight, it's helping you to curb cravings, and it's helping you to optimize your digestion, which is really where the center of your health and your immunity is. So I'm going to add these to the salad. Fenugreek. That's a lot of fenugreek, but I love these things. I think they taste delicious. For someone who's new to them, you might want to have smaller quantities, just because. I also am going to add a little bit of white onion, sweet Vidalia onion. You can add spring onions or whatever onion, or if you don't like onion, you can leave it out. I'm also going to add some organic red pepper. Color is always so important whenever you're eating. You want to make sure you've got a variety of colors. So we have white, we have kind of beige, we have red, green, and this is another shade of green, cucumber, that I've peeled and seeded. And then now, and also avocado. This is also kind of a special thing, if you want to have a little bit of extra love in your salad. Avocado is so lovely. This just makes it a little bit more satiating. And if you're traveling, though, you definitely don't want to put this avocado in there. Avocados don't really travel well in my experience. But it makes it a little bit more calorie rich, especially if you're exercising. You might need those extra calories. Avocado also is a really beautiful way to get your skin glowing. So the dressing. This is kind of where, you can keep it simple and just put some olive oil and lemon juice on there. One of the problems when you eat salads out at restaurants is that every restaurant is a business. And usually their bottom line is, of course, the most important thing, or else they can't stay open. Well, oils and fats are really expensive. High quality oils and fats are almost unheard of. It's very rare to find a restaurant that's using high quality olive oil, and also other oils like pumpkin seed oil and hemp seed oil and flaxseed oil that are first cold pressed, organic, kept in the refrigerator. These, if you find a restaurant in your area who's conscientious about oils, that's a place to go. That's a place to trust. And that's a place that has quality and your health at the forefront. But the majority of restaurants don't. So I would suggest that if you're obliged to eat out because you're on the road, or if you forgot to bring your own dressing, that you either go without dressing, because those oils are just damaging for your health, all in all. So today I want to make a dressing that I find to be really delicious. It's a very rich dressing and decadent dressing, and a really delicious one. I know I said that twice, but it is. And so anyway, I'm going to start with lemon juice. I freshly squeezed, in here are about 4 or 5 lemons. It depends on the juiciness of your lemon. It's going to equal about a half a cup of lemon juice, freshly squeezed. Please always use freshly squeezed lemon juice. You never quite know what's in those other squeeze bottles of those lemon juice. That's not the best ever. So we want to go ahead and put about a cup of oil. I'm going to use today a mixture between olive oil and hemp seed oil. I also sometimes like to use pumpkin seed oil and flaxseed oil, but this is what I have today. And it's quite a lot of oil, but it's all good oil. Additionally, I want to put in some garlic. I love to add garlic to my dishes. for heart health, and I'm going to add also a lot of what I call dulse. Dulse is an incredible food. I've been adding it to a lot of my recipes, almost every recipe I have. One of the things that I love about dulse is that it's purple. What foods are purple? Purple foods that I know of, like blueberries and dulse, they're all kind of special. Or even raw chocolate is a little bit purple. So you see that purple foods contain really extraordinary benefits. This has been bathed in mineral-rich waters its whole life. It's a digestible protein. It's the original life form, and it's something that I learned at the Hippocrates Health Institute as a flavoring for food, but also incredibly health-giving. And I've become a huge fan of it. So I'm going to use a nice handful. Now, if I squash this down, it probably would just equal a tablespoon, but I'm using about 0.2 ounces of it. So I'm going to throw that in there. I like to use habanero pepper. It's very spicy and a little bit smoky. If you're adverse to spice, you might want to either omit this piece, or if you don't have habanero peppers in your area, you can always use some cayenne pepper. That's easy to find in your grocery store and incredibly healthy. The other ingredient, which you can also leave out, but it adds a different richness to it. So my goal is to get you to try something that's tasty. Now, this might be sufficient for you, and this is a good dressing, and I'm going to add a little special ingredient, but it makes it very rich. And these are pine nuts that I've soaked for about 4 hours, and I'm just going to add a little bit of these pine nuts, about half a cup, and then I'm going to mix it up, and it's going to make a creamy dressing. Was a little long. I like to usually try to keep it a little bit shorter, but I kept hearing that dulse wasn't breaking down, so it needs to break down a little bit. So here we have a really beautiful dressing, just barely emulsified, and it's actually a really creamy dressing. So we're going to coat the salad with this dressing and toss. Another addition that I love to add to the salad, I was just trying to keep it, relatively simple today, is sauerkraut. It's a really nice addition to it, something you can eat either on the side or on the top of your salad. The avocados are going to create a creaminess. What we have here is a delectable, really satisfying salad. A lot of people will say, okay, well, what else are we having? Salad isn't enough. But actually, if you eat this salad, you'd be surprised how satisfied you are. So I encourage you to give it a try and to trust. Oftentimes when we're trying new things, we have a hard time trusting that it's going to be enough, that we're going to feel satisfied, that we're going to get our needs met. But I can assure you, nutritionally, you're getting your needs met with this salad. I would hope that this would be pleasing to your taste buds as well. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get accustomed to new things. There may be some new ingredients in this recipe, but if we're not constantly learning and growing and finding out about new things, then somehow we stop growing in ourselves. And as adults, I think that's really important. So I know that a lot of times kids love the sprouts. They may not like the whole combo that we have going on here, but I know kids usually love the sprouts. They especially love to see the sprouts growing in your kitchen. So I encourage you to try this salad and let me know if you liked it. And to consider looking at more recipes at the Hippocrates Health Institute website, because this is completely inspired by my experiences at the Hippocrates Health Institute. Very thankful for the complete upgrade that I've been given as a result of learning the Hippocrates lifestyle.